right, hello everyone, and welcome to the show. It's a beautiful Saturday. I don't know, is it raining out there yet?
No,
Not yet. Okay. And you have to forgive me. I had so much going on today. I look like I have jaundice, but I promised I don't. Anyway, guys, we've got an interesting program today, and I want to go ahead and start things off by letting these young people, say I'm the old person, so we're going to let these young people introduce themselves, what they do, and we're just going to have a little roundtable today. So there you go. Alan?
I'm Alan Bean from Columbus, Georgia. I don't really know what I do, Tim. I just kind of show up and do stuff.
You're the
whatever.
handyman.
Right. Yeah, the handyman.
Well, I'll tell you what, Alan, just tell us. There was a Bruce Willis movie that just finished here in Columbus. Mm-hmm. Now, what were you doing in that production?
I did what's called stand-in in the movie stuff. Everybody has a place, and sometimes your place just isn't as exciting as other people's places.
Get a little bit closer to that mic.
But so I did stand-in work for Bruce Willis, and some of the exciting parts of it is for me is that my shoulder gets to be into the movie.
There you go.
My hands, these beautiful. Beautiful hands right here.
That's what I was going to do. You see these hands? These are famous hands.
These are. So if you want Bruce Willis's hands from The Long Night to be in a TV commercial or something like that, you just get with Ginger.
I'm his agent. I'm his agent for those hands.
Oh, you're the agent now?
I two agents. These hands are so important. So, but yeah, if you need them, they're here. Wait. Getting out of the camera.
We're getting used to cameras here.
And
your jazz hands.
Yeah, and so but stand-in is a pretty neat experience. I didn't really realize how neat of an experience it was to be able to be the stand-in for Bruce Willis until a couple of weeks later. There was an opportunity that I got to or that he got to meet me, and he was so excited to be able to meet me because I'm really fun and stuff.
He was speechless.
Right, you are.
He was just like,
didn't
what'd you
have
say?
enough words.
I said, hey, Bruno. I'm Alan Bean.
Yeah, we're telling our age with Bruno. We're going to move along. Ginger was with us last week, and she's our brand new host here on the show. And Ginger, one more time, tell everyone what you do, what's going on with you these days, so forth.
Okay, I am a filmmaker in Columbus, Georgia, and today I brought some friends in, Alan Elliott and Darlena McDonald, and we're going to just chat a little bit about filming in Columbus.
Okay, now this young lady over here, her name one more time.
I'm Darlena McDonald.
It's a strange name. I had to get her to pronounce that because I knew I would butcher it.
I am DM Squared, Darlena Marie McDonald Productions. I'm also a hairstylist for film and television. I also have a salon suite in Phoenix City, Alabama. And I'm just trying to bring some folks together in this city to do some movie magic. So
there you go.
That's my goal.
And that's basically what we wanted to do was to get these folks together, and that seems to be the hot topic right now is the movie industry. And these young ladies and gentlemen are the ones that are on the inside of it. And we just wanted to have a little roundtable discussion and, let you know what's going on, how you can get in on it. And
we do have a mixer coming up July 21st. So if you're interested, it's going to be at Circa. Do you want to tell them a little bit about that?
It's going to be at Circa on next Sunday. It's the 21st from 5 to 8 p.m. The address there is 900 Front Street. It's right downtown across the street from the Marriott. And coincidentally, it's right next door to the Film Commission office. So if you're leaving the office, come on over and join us Sunday. It's $10 entry. There's going to be food. There's going to be music. And the most important thing, there are going to be a lot of film professionals in the building, from writers, producers, directors, actresses, actors, hair professionals, makeup artists, electric grip, any of those avenues that you want to work in. you have the potential to come and meet some pretty awesome people that can give you that information you need to work.
So if you're a creative in Columbus and you're just curious about it, you've seen on the news and you've heard around that there's been films in the past 2 years, maybe it's been picking up. You want to come out and just meet everybody who's already working in the industry, and just some people that aren't yet but are also curious like you. You come out and meet us. We're going to be there.
The hands will be
hands
there.
will be
the
there.
handyman.
He is proud of
Can-
those hands. I tell you
I
what.
am.
You know,
He'll
that's-
be giving autographs
Yeah.
with his.
That's
We'll
actually
set
what
up a
amazed me,
booth for
Ginger,
Al.
is you sent a which we'll flash it on the screen here, but you sent a poster, which I found out that actually this young lady is the one that made it, so she did a
Yeah.
great job.
Thank you.
But you know, as I said, I'm one that's learning also, but it had a myriad of jobs,
Yeah.
and you know. People think of the movie industry or the television industry and they think actor, actresses, but
Camera
I didn't
person.
realize how many people
Oh, yeah.
were
Yeah.
in a production.
Yeah, I had
Yeah.
a conversation with Whitney. I can't think of her last name right now, but she's from WTVM on yesterday, and she said the same thing. She didn't know. She didn't know how many jobs that were available to work on set. You know, she was thinking background,
Right.
extras, but no, there are real jobs
Yeah,
that
I
you
think
can have on set.
I think last week I mentioned that there's so many moving parts, and
Right.
it's not just in front of the camera. It's a lot of it is behind the camera. Everyone,
Yeah.
it's a team. Like I said before, I mean, it takes so many people to create something really special and
Yeah, it's
great.
like a little city out when
It
you
is.
go out on
Yeah.
you know, where they're filming,
And-
and it's just absolutely amazing to sit there and watch.
Right. And most of these productions, they're smaller productions. Can you just imagine like Game of Thrones or something like that?
Right.
Just they actually they name the cities. I don't know. Do you watch Game of Thrones? Have you?
No, I haven't
No.
seen
Okay.
that before.
So each production, you know, they had a production list of people for each of the cities that they were filming at.
Oh wow. Yeah, and then that's awesome, and that's what we're trying to do here.
So
Yeah.
guys, if you're interested in being in the movies or maybe getting your feet wet, go to the mixer would be the first step. And then at that mixer, you know, you'll be absolutely amazed at the different areas that are open for you. You know, I was sitting here. This young woman off to the side here. What's your name one more time?
Darlene.
Darlene?
Yes.
Okay, I can't pronounce her last name.
Or you can call me Lena.
Dun, dun. Anyway, Darlene, actually, if I got it correctly, she got into the movie industry because she was first a hairstylist
Makeup artist.
or makeup artist also.
Yeah.
So
and-
for her, and really for all three of these people, it's kind of they have jobs, full-time jobs as a side hustle, and something for them to do. The movie industry actually fell into their laps, and you know, it's really fascinating. It truly is.
And what's so awesome is if you just have an interest, you know, you can connect with somebody and they can bring you on, and you could start working like that. You know, some people say it doesn't happen overnight, but sometimes it can happen overnight, especially if you know and you're connected to the right people. So, yeah.
Okay, well, we got to get one thing, Darlene. She's got to get closer to that microphone. I had to do this with Ginger last week.
Yeah.
I thought I was already
learned.
loud.
But yeah, you know, it's really not something you have to have any training. That you know, people go, well, I'm not an actor. You know, you can just go. You look at what talents you have, and where can you apply them. And if you don't know where to apply them, go to the mixer and they'll tell you.
Right.
Because there's so many jobs, and I've got to work. We were saying that Columbus wanted to film 3 movies a year. There were 4 filmed last year in Columbus. There was The Overcomer. It's a great independent movie called Rockabye that's been being filmed. And you had
My
Ty,
Brother's Keeper.
My Brother's Keeper. You had Redeemed,
Ty had
and
2,
then you had
That's
the Iron
for-
Bank Coffee Shop. They
Yeah,
had a
Grounds.
Yeah.
Ground, oh,
And
yeah,
then
I know.
besides the movie
Yeah.
industry,
Oh,
there are commercials that come here.
Oh, yeah.
I work for a commercial for ESPN and Sports Authority. So there's so many different aspects of film that happen right here in our city
Right.
that people don't know about. And the major thing for me is getting production companies to see, hey, there are local professionals who are able, so we don't have to outsource to Atlanta or LA.
Right.
We can hire right here in Columbus, Georgia.
But you know what's funny is so there's this new Netflix TV show, and it's based in Columbus, Georgia, about a family. It's called Family Reunion.
Oh,
I
yeah.
think but it's not filmed in Columbus.
Right.
And I thought that was kind of weird.
Yeah.
I was like, they should film it here.
Yeah, right.
We have great locations to film at. So
Yeah, Alan
Good.
was telling us right before the show went on. We were talking off air, and I believe it was Alan. So please forgive me. My memory's not what it used to be. But he was actually telling us that people love to film in Columbus due to the fact there's just so many different. I guess I should say locations, sets.
Yeah, it was
Ginger mentioned
Joel's-
last week
Joel's
that
saying to
they
you.
love the state of Georgia due to the fact there's mountains, there's the ocean, you know, the country,
beaches,
beaches,
big,
yeah.
big
Yeah.
cities.
Yeah, there's so many different angles, even just of our city that we don't see because we're in it all the time. But there's so many different angles that just in downtown alone that you can take. You can take and point at the Iron Bank Coffee Shop and have a beautiful 1920s scene if you wanted to, and then you can turn around and look at Smoke, and you can have, you know, another
Modern.
scene,
Wow.
modern
Yeah.
rooftop party thing going on over there. And then even outside of Columbus, I mean, because it's been built in so many different ways, you know, you can get a 70s neighborhood if you want right over in our old neighborhood in Oakland Park, or you can go over to the other side and get something else, you know. It's just such a diverse city to shoot in from what my understanding is from talking to people, that it's all right here. And like you said, you can go, you know, up to Pine Mountain and shoot a mountain scene if you wanted to, or
Yeah, and, you know, people just
Yeah.
have never thought of
You
that.
mentioned Way Down Festival. at
Way
the-
Down
on
Film
the-
Festival.
Yeah, and there's also the Wild and Scenic Film Festival. So those are shorts of people have made either documentary type or actually something related to the wildlife and the scenic. Like there 2 years ago when they started that film festival here, the one about Jimmy Carter when he canoed down the river, that was screened at that one. But that one's coming up the beginning of August. So that's another thing if you're interested in film and also wildlife and the outdoors. So we have whitewater rafting here. I think there's going to be a film on that too. Because one of the, I think it's an Olympic sport now. One of the contestants, or I don't know, the Olympians, he trains here.
Really?
Yeah,
That's
yeah, whitewater rafting. So
Well, that's one
Yeah.
of the things that I love about Columbus. It's just, I mean, it's been kind of this. It's always been kind of this, not really loud, outspoken town, but look at how much comes out of it.
Yeah.
You know, as far as different products, different people. It's really an amazing city. I love this city. I mean, I do, and I love being in the nooks and crannies of the places that people really don't look, you know. From the time that I got the opportunity to be able to move back, and the movie thing is just really neat. You said shorts. There was a short shot on the Chattahoochee River last summer, right after My Brother's Keeper,
Really?
about an alien that crashes in the Chattahoochee River and then crawls out, kind of a predator
Oh,
thing.
I
Wow.
missed that.
Jordan
I want
and
to
them-
see that.
Jordan and them came down from Atlanta and
Oh,
shot
they
it.
did that? Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
Well, you know, that's the hot
right.
topic right
Worked
now.
on that.
Yeah.
Worked on that.
See, I didn't do that. I
The-
didn't go
the-
to the water.
The
Oh,
movie industry
okay.
right now is a really, 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 really hot topic, and especially in Georgia, and you know that's really one of the reasons we wanted to kind of start this forum, was to you know, to get the word out, let people know that, as Alan just spoke of, that let them know the talent that's here in Columbus.
Yes.
You know, I look out all the time, and the only thing you hear about Georgia and the film industry, aside from the Marvel Comics movies, is you know, the political side of it, the heartbeat bill. We discussed that last week. We're not going to go into it, but you know, I actually spoke with Ginger. I said, what's really sad is you've got everyone that is on the outside of Georgia, and that seems to be the only voice you hear. But as far as the actual artist within the state, they never get to voice their opinion. We wanted to try to do that.
Yeah.
Well, I think you know, Clint Eastwood just did a big voice
He
of
did,
his
yes.
opinion. You know, and I think with a lot of the Georgia people, there's not really an opinion to make because they're doing such a good job. I mean, people are coming from California out to these other areas to work, and so something must not be going right in California for that to.
Well,
kinda
you know,
happen.
I kind of read up on that, and they said that the reason that the folks are coming to, I'm sorry, I've got
No.
under lights. I keep forgetting. Oh,
I'm a sweater, man.
I'm the one sitting here with a fan on.
Like,
But they're coming to Columbus due to the fact that Georgia is giving them tremendous tax breaks
yes.
on their you know, productions that they're doing, all the way to the people that get paid millions of dollars already. Then they get 10% off their salary. I read last year in 2018, $800 million went straight back to Hollywood from Georgia alone.
Wow.
So, you know, that's the reason we're seeing a whole lot of people come to the state. As a matter of fact, next movie you're watching, look at the credits as they roll at the end of. If you see, you know, I forgot what the little logo is about Georgia.
The Georgia Peach.
Georgia Peach. If you see that,
Made in
It'll,
Georgia.
yeah.
cha-ching! They
Filmed
just
in
paid money for
Georgia.
that.
Wow. Wow.
And you know, they're saying, sure, we'll put the peach on there, no problem. For $8 million or $800 million, yeah, sure.
I do want
But,
to add that I'm extremely thankful for production companies like Electric Jesus when they come to town and they really contribute to local businesses, local, you know, events, and they actually sponsored the mixer, you know, so they and he asked, let us sponsor the mixer. This is something that we want to be involved in. We want the community to be involved in what's going on top of hiring in our community. So I just want to say thank you to that production
Yeah.
company for really taking into consideration
Great
what
point.
the locals are doing for the film community.
Great
And
point.
she's talking about Chris
Chris
White.
White.
Chris White he's the writer and director of Electric Jesus, and you might have seen him around town. And if you follow him on his Instagram or Facebook, he's been doing a lot of live posts where he's downtown. And then I think the other day he was in a Uber driver. He picked him
didn't
up,
see
and
it.
he was talking. Well, he was talking about stuff like that we didn't have in the 80s. Like, we didn't have Uber drivers
We didn't have
in the
cell
80s,
phones.
and how people used to smoke in you know, just
Taxis.
open, yeah, an area. I had a French teacher that smoked in class.
Wow. Oh, wow.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah,
so
we didn't have
funny.
air conditioning, and so we had to open up the window. But yeah, that was 85, 86 maybe. Yeah,
What?
can you imagine that
35.
now?
You weren't even born yet.
That's right. She's only 19.
You're being
Oh,
too
shut up.
And then too, I
So-
think it's when they come into town or into Georgia itself.
Yeah.
I mean, we're awesome people. You know,
That's right.
If I have to speak up for us, I mean, we are. I mean, you walk in and Tim's smiling, and we've never met before, and you just feel at home whenever you come. When you come to Georgia, you feel at home.
It's that Southern hospitality that
It
people are
is.
not
Yeah.
used to.
And it's kind of
Yeah.
strange. I noticed even on the long night, it was kind of foreign to them because we are helpful. We want to be
Yeah.
helpful. You know, we want to be helpful, and so they come from a place that maybe they're not used to that sometimes. So it probably kind of freaks them out
That
a
good
little
old
Yeah,
bit.
Southern
You know?
a little bit.
Yeah,
hospitality.
so but then by the end of it, they're like, "Oh man, we love those pork chops at so and so," or
Yeah.
you know, "God, I can't wait to come back. I'm gonna miss that barbecue for the rest of my life if I don't make it back." You
I
know?
noticed one of the first places that that Bruce Willis came when he was in town, at least that was documented, was he went to a local diner here.
Yeah, the diner.
Metro
downtown.
Diner, which
Yeah.
unfortunately had to close the doors, but he just loved the
I
diner.
didn't know that either. I like
He
that.
loved the Southern cooking,
Mm-hmm.
and it's just like Alan said, it's really strange. I mean, they just pick up on these small things that they've never been exposed to.
Mhm.
Wow. Wow.
But you know what, guys? We just wanted to go ahead and we're not going to do a very long show today due to the fact that I'm terrible.
Darlena.
Darlene, I'm gonna write these names down on my hands, but Darlene,
Right on
actually,
his
she
hand.
does on his
On
hand.
his
I'm
hand.
not touching these hands. They, you never know. These could
The
be in another
moneymaker
movie one
hands.
day. Yeah, but Darlene has to be on the road. She has some personal business to take care of. But
She'll be back.
Yeah, she'll be back, definitely. As a matter of fact, all three of these people will be back,
Mm-hmm.
and this is something we wanted to do. I know the show was used to be we used to kind of focus on musical acts
Mm-hmm.
and musical groups here in the Valley area, but as said, it just seems to be that the cinematic move, I don't know, but it seems to be the hot topic now. So we're going to kind of switch gears, and these three are going to be pretty much our panel, and we're going to look into different things. As a matter of fact, the gentleman that we spoke with, hopefully we can get on as a guest next week or the week after. We're still in talks on him, but
Yeah.
he actually made Crybaby. Not Crybaby, excuse me.
Rockabye.
Rockabye.
Yeah, Marty Davis.
Yeah,
that's
and
him.
Frankie. Yeah.
So we'd
I
love to
asked
get them
him.
on.
We'll try to get him on.
Yeah, I was just talking to him before.
Have
I
him
was
talk
coming in
about
here,
that
yeah.
experience.
Wow.
Yeah.
He's
And we
going to
might
love me
even-
getting his
we might get
production
maybe
name wrong.
Chris White,
Never
maybe.
know. Never know.
And then Ty, I wanted to bring up Ty Mans, which has been very inspirational. Ty Mans, it's been very inspirational to me. Well, Frankie has been too, and Marty and all them. But Ty's speaking at the
Yes.
mixer,
Ty
right?
is speaking, and he has so much information. This guy has been working in this industry for almost 9-10 years.
Wow.
I actually worked with him on his first film in 2011.
Did you?
$5,000 budget. I didn't even live in Georgia. He's like, "Hey, I need a makeup artist. Your mom gave me your info," and I came. And when I came, it's like, I'm like, okay, he might be onto something here. So the next year, he called me back for another movie, and I was like, well, maybe I need to move to Georgia. So I moved here, and it's like so many opportunities have happened out from that one opportunity. So if this is something that you're interested in, take a leap of faith, and jump, go for it, because opportunities are waiting for you to be available. So it's amazing.
I think I said it one time. I believe that Columbus is dreaming with eyes wide open because it's like things have been happening that just kind of just happening, the timing of it.
Yeah, it had to start somewhere.
Meeting each other, then you
Yeah.
getting involved
Yeah.
in film, and
Mine happened through a prayer. About 3 months before Ty showed up.
Wow.
I prayed. I was in a kind of stagnant place in my life, and down in the basement of the tavern, I was down there working one night on that thing, and I prayed. I said, God, bring me some good creative people
There you go.
into my life.
I agree with that
I need some
100%.
creativity. I
Hallelujah.
need something different,
Yes.
and I tell you, the floodgates just opened.
Wow.
And y'all were part of that. And Ty showed up and beat up rodeo while I was out front.
That's a
talking about,
common prayer. Because
Yeah.
I was going back and forth to Atlanta, and Atlanta is so competitive working.
Yeah.
I was at the point, I was ready to give up. I was going to just put this film thing behind me. And I was like, God, you have to do something. I live in Columbus. Bring some things here. And I tell you, it just started happening. So, yes, give God the credit for what's happening here.
Absolutely.
Yeah, and we discussed that. And like I said before, this is pretty much a side hustle for us at the moment. Everyone's got jobs, but I think everyone agrees that after you're in a 9-to-5 job, whatever it may be, for 5 days a week, you have to have some kind of artistic release, and this particular field offers an abundance
Yes.
of jobs,
Yes.
and that's one of the reasons we wanted to touch on and interview people that are actually in the fields that we're talking about. And of course, that's what makeup, hair, lighting, of course, actors, actresses, whatever it may be. It's just like I said, it's a plethora of people.
Tim,
And
have
so
you
please, guys, we just wanted to have a quick roundtable today, but we're going to get better as time goes. Everyone kind of came in, and I went, "Oh my goodness, it's I'm not ready," and
What are you
I
gonna
kind of
say?
shoved everyone in front of a camera. So,
Tim, have you ever been on a set before?
no, actually, I haven't.
Well, you should definitely. You got the person to talk to right here, and see how that works, and the positivity that is on those sets with how everyone's working together. And everybody pops in their earpieces, and whenever it's quiet time, it just looks like a lot of ants running around working, and everybody knows their area and their thing that they're doing. It's really it changes how you watch a movie completely. Because I watched Mad Max the other night, and tears came to my eyes, because if I had to be in that desert for a month like they were, I felt sorry for everybody in that movie.
Makes you appreciate those
It is
scenes all the way in.
It's very hard work, but when you're around the right people that's in the industry, they make it just look so smooth and easy, and you just couldn't be around a more positive bunch of people when you're on those sets. I mean, it's just unbelievable.
And the best thing about it all is that you're going to learn.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You go every day, and from what I hear, if you go one day and you don't learn something, it's pretty much a wasted day, because there's so much that is there.
Yeah.
And
And you build relationships with people.
but
And that's how you get
yeah.
on the next.
yeah,
project.
and as Ginger was talking about earlier, you network, and suddenly it just explodes. I mean, you're talking with people all over the country, all over the globe, and it sounds interesting. I
Yeah.
hopefully I can get out of work one day, and they'll let me
Yeah.
get down there. I kind of work some odd hours, but
Yeah,
Absolutely.
you call in a sick day. I don't mind. Tell me.
Hey, we'll come for you.
well,
Bruce
I'm not,
Willis's hand said it's all right.
I can't say anything like that. Someone may be watching, so.
Oh no! You're gonna have to edit that part out.
Oh, I'm sorry. He
we-
will
we-
never call out of work.
We
ever.
wanted to take a quick moment before we have to go, and Alicia's not with us today. She is actually working on a benefit that
Caring for Kayla.
Yeah, Caring for Kayla, thank you. And we wanted to go ahead and flash that up. And I know she is super busy right now for the next couple of weeks. So, we wanted to kind of get a couple of different hosts. That way people can kind of go in and out, and we'll still have someone here. And you won't be forced to listen to me. But,
And we love you, Alicia. I missed you today. I was hoping you were here. You're going to be here.
Yeah.
there you go.
We'll see you. See
did
you on
too.
down the road.
There you go. She'll be here soon. Darlene, about ready to hit the road yourself?
Yeah, I hate driving. So if I had a driver,
Yeah.
I'd be good.
Well,
yeah.
you
Get
know,
an Uber
unfortunately, what we
driver.
want in the reality doesn't work. So
Right.
she has a long drive ahead of her, and
Safe
we
travels.
appreciate it.
Thank you.
We
It's good
appreciate.
being here.
Well, I'll tell you what. Before we go, anyone else have anything to say?
Just one more time about the mixer, I guess.
The
maybe?
Mixer, the Columbus, Georgia Film Industry Networking Mixer, July 21st, 5 to 8 at Circa, downtown Columbus. You can get your tickets on eventbrite.com and then just type in Columbus, Georgia Film Industry Mixer. Be there.
There you go.
Don't be square.
Well, she should be on radio. She makes a great
She
great
was on
hostess.
radio before.
And I tell you what, we will have all those details. I'll get her to write them down before we leave, and we'll put them on the
Thank
show
you, Tim.
page, and
Yeah.
you can go up on
Yeah.
Facebook and get that also.
Cool beans.
Guys, we're going to go ahead and get out of here before it does start raining, so you can stay dry.
All right.
Tim.
Bye.
Guys, have a great day. We'll see you next week.